Power of integration. While we've defined governance, risk management, and compliance separately, their true value emerges when they are integrated and managed holistically. Treating them in isolation leads to inefficiencies, duplication of effort, gaps in oversight, and conflicting priorities. Imagine this. Your governance function sets a policy for data protection. Your risk management team identifies risks related to non-compliance with that policy and relevant data privacy laws. Your compliance team monitors adherence to both the policy and the laws using controls often defined through the risk management process. Findings from compliance checks and risk assessments feed back into governance, potentially leading to policy updates or adjustments in strategy. This creates a continuous feedback loop. Governance provides direction, risk management identifies obstacles and informs control needs, and compliance verifies adherence and provides assurance. An integrated GRC approach ensures these activities are aligned, efficient, and mutually supportive, leading to a much stronger overall security and operational posture. It helps you connect the dots between high-level policies, specific risks, required controls, and compliance obligations. Why is GRC crucial for cybersecurity today? Understanding what GRC is leads naturally to the question, why is it so important? Especially, several converging factors have elevated GRC from a niche concern to a strategic necessity for organizations of all sizes, including those operating in Nigeria's rapidly evolving digital economy. 1. Exploding regulatory landscape. Governments and industry bodies worldwide are implementing stricter regulations around data privacy, cybersecurity, and financial accountability. Keeping up with requirements like the NDPA, GDPR, SOX, HIPAA, PCI DSS, and numerous sector-specific rules demands a structured compliance approach, a core part of GRC. The potential fines and reputational damage associated with non-compliance are significant motivators. 2. Sophisticated and persistent cyber threats. The threat landscape is more dangerous than ever. Ransomware attacks, sophisticated phishing campaigns, supply chain compromises, and state-sponsored cyber espionage are commonplace. A reactive security approach is insufficient. GRC provides the risk management framework needed to proactively identify, assess, and mitigate these evolving threats based on potential business impact. 3. Increased stakeholder expectations and scrutiny. Customers, business partners, investors, and regulators have higher expectations for how organizations protect data and manage cyber risk. Data breaches severely erode trust. Boards of directors and senior management are increasingly being held accountable for cybersecurity oversight, a governance function. Demonstrating robust GRC practices builds confidence and enhances reputation. 4. Complexity of the digital ecosystem. Businesses today rely on complex webs of technology, cloud services, mobile devices, IoT, interconnected third-party vendors. This digital transformation expands the potential attack surface and makes managing assets and risks far more challenging. GRC provides a framework to bring order to this complexity, ensuring consistent security management across diverse environments. 5. Business enablement. Seen correctly, GRC is not just about preventing bad things. It's also about enabling good things. Strong GRC practices can allow an organization to adopt new technologies more confidently, enter new markets with greater assurance of meeting local regulations, and build stronger trust-based relationships with customers and partners. Benefits of an effective cybersecurity GRC program. Implementing a well-structured GRC program delivers significant advantages beyond simply checking the boxes. 1. Improved risk mitigation. By systematically identifying and assessing risks, you can prioritize your defenses and focus resources on mitigating the threats that pose the greatest danger to your organization. This leads to more effective and efficient security spending. 2. Enhanced compliance and reduced penalties. GRC helps you understand your compliance obligations, implement necessary controls, and maintain evidence, significantly reducing the risk of non-compliance fines, lawsuits, and sanctions. You'll be better prepared for audits. 3. Better decision-making. GRC provides leadership with greater visibility into the organization's risk posture and compliance status. This enables more informed strategic decisions about security investments, resource allocation, and business initiatives. 4. Increased operational efficiency. Integrating GRC processes reduces duplication of effort between departments, e.g. security, audit, legal. Shared controls can satisfy multiple requirements, streamlining assessments and reporting, and freeing up valuable resources. 5. Stronger stakeholder trust and reputation, demonstrating a commitment to robust governance, proactive risk management, and diligent compliance builds confidence among customers, partners, investors, and regulators. This trust is a crucial competitive differentiator. 6. Greater organizational resilience. GRC fosters a more security-aware culture and ensures that processes like incident response and business continuity are well defined and tested. This helps your organization withstand and recover more quickly from security incidents. 7. Alignment with business goals. GRC helps ensure that security and compliance efforts directly support and enable the organization's strategic objectives, rather than being perceived as roadblocks. Understanding key GRC terminology to effectively discuss, implement, and manage GRC, you need to be comfortable with its specific language. We've touched on some terms already, but let's refine our understanding of these and introduce a few others. Governance. The system of rules, practices, processes, and structures for directing and controlling organizational activities to achieve objectives while managing risk and ensuring compliance includes leadership, oversight, policy, roles, and accountability. Risk, the potential for an event threat exploiting a vulnerability to cause loss or damage to an asset measured by likelihood and impact. Cybersecurity risks impact confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information and systems. Compliance, conformance to a rule such as a specification, policy, standard, or law, involves meeting mandatory requirements, external or internal. Policy, a high-level statement of intent and direction, formally established by senior management that guides decisions and actions. For example, all employees must use strong, unique passwords. Standard, a mandatory rule or requirement that provides specific details on how to implement a policy. For example, passwords must be at least 12 characters long, including uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols. Guideline, a recommended non-mandatory practice that allows for interpretation or discretion in its use. For example, consider using a passphrase for easier memorization. Procedure details step-by-step instructions for performing a specific task to implement a standard or policy. For example, step 1, go to settings. Step 2, click change password, etc. Control or safeguard any administrative, technical, physical measure implemented to modify risk, reduce likelihood or impact, or help achieve compliance objectives. Examples include firewalls, access controls, encryption, security training, background checks, door locks. Risk appetite, the amount and type of risk that an organization is willing to pursue or retain in order to achieve its objectives set by leadership. Risk tolerance, the acceptable level of variation from the risk appetite, defines the boundaries of acceptable risk-taking for specific objectives, threat, any circumstance or event with the potential to adversely impact organizational operations, assets, or individuals through unauthorized access, destruction, disclosure, or modification of information, and/or denial of service. Vulnerability, a weakness in system security procedures, design, implementation, or internal controls that could be exploited by a threat source. Audit, a systematic, independent, and documented process for obtaining evidence and evaluating it objectively to determine the extent to which specified criteria, e.g. policies, standards, regulations, are fulfilled. Familiarizing yourself with these terms will be essential as we progress through the course.